Pro 4s. You have all afternoon to fix it up because that big show later on is going to be one heck of a showdown. And the way the track is laying out, if Mother Nature is going to stay on our side like she's going to, those Pro 2s might get out front. It might be hard to run them down, and that brings up one guy, Keegan Kincaid. Remember what he did in the fall last year?
Yeah, and he's always fast here at Crandon. We know that Keegan Kincaid will be out to prove a point. He's not had a great start to the season in Pro 2. So we'll see him come back swinging here just in a few moments. But like we said, Mod Card coming up next. 7 drivers on the line. Zach Rahanowitz is on the pole. He'll be alongside Hunter Vanzile, then Andy Johnson, Chase Moeller, Troy Johnson, Porter Inglesi, who is 3-4-3 on the season. And, of course, Ella Holcher, and there's the green flag.
Yeah, look at Zach Rahanowitz, the preferred spot on that inside. He's really come a long, long way. Easton Sleeper was up in the booth yesterday talking about Zach Rahanowitz, how he's really trying to help him get his program better, just keeping him confident, as you can see.
Man, look how tight those trucks all stayed on that start. So evenly matched, and like we said, so much talent here in the Mod Card field, even though it's a smaller field.
Yeah, it is a smaller field, but they do battle. They're all getting very, very quick. You can see our track crew lay down some water, trying to keep that moisture in there.
Yeah, and Rahanowitz trying to make an honest man out of Easton Sleeper. Sleeper told us yesterday, Zach Rahanowitz definitely improving, and he's shown it this year. He's been on the podium already this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Confidence is one thing, especially in this Mod Cart class. You see a lot of drivers moving up from Mod Cart to Pro Spec, Pro Light. I mean, they're getting up and going. The power to weight ratio is pretty crazy.
Yeah, you can learn how to steer with the throttle pedal, and that really translates well to the big trucks.
Rahanowitz in that 231 Edwards collision ride.
And Moeller in the mix as well. You see the 213, that's Andy Johnson. And Troy Johnson right behind him. Somehow the brothers seem to find each other in every race, and I promise they will lean on one another. They race each other harder than they race anybody else.
Yeah, they really do. It's kind of scary when they get by one another. It's like, come on, guys, you're teammates. Let's not take each other out. But they're doing a fine job. Both of them from Bark River, Michigan. Their father, Casey Johnson, used to run Super Buggy back in the day. As you can see, Troy really out braking guys in the gravel pit.
Yeah, and Andy a little bit off the pace, starting to shuffle backwards. It doesn't look like he's quite up to speed with everybody else now, so maybe something to let go in that number 213 truck.
Here comes Inglesi already now, making his way up on Troy Johnson.
Yeah, 2 Delta County, Michigan drivers going at it there. Inglesi puts a fender under the back of Johnson.
Yeah, he's
my favorite trivia note about the Johnson brothers and their dad Casey, he's the only father with 2 world champion sons. Casey was a Super Buggy world champion. Each of the boys have a world championship as well. The LeDukes never did that, but the Johnsons from Bark River, Michigan sure have.
That's awesome. Yeah, kudos to them. Really putting a lot of passion and heart and time into these cars. As you see Troy Johnson now trying to get back around Inglesi. The track a little bit wet here early. You can see it's about 1.5 lines. But we have to keep that moisture in throughout today's actions. A lot of more racing to come.
This is about the hardest that Porter Inglesi has had to work all season, trying to fight his way through traffic. He finally got the job done there on Troy Johnson, but he'll go to work on Moeller, who's been really fast this year as well. Like I said, everybody in the class has been fast this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Already look at Inglesi trying to make another pass here on the outside. Gonna go the long way around. You just run out of real estate, especially when it's that wet. You don't want to get out of that race groove. So Inglesi doing what he needs to do to try to open up that spot.
Yeah, trying to set up Moeller. Look at Moeller slide down to the bottom and try to pinch off that inside line. But Inglesi, you can see the dry line is right on the inside of the cutoff corner. And Inglesi able to get it done. He is up into second now.
Absolutely, and you've seen that exit on Moeller. He just went a little bit wider, costing him a lot of track time. As Inglesi now sees a little bit of clean air trying to run down Zach Rahanowitz. Race driven on board from Escanaba, Michigan. Brian Heidi and the guys supporting as many people as they can in this sport, and they have a big role play in the side-by-side divisions.
Now Inglesi going to work on Rahanowitz. Maybe a little bit of contact there, but they're just about side by side as they go to the Polaris flyaway. But Inglese's going to be stuck on the outside. He couldn't make that work against Moeller on the previous lap, so he's going to fall back in line and look for the dry line down at the bottom.
Yeah, it looks like Inglese, though, can put that car wherever he wants and really has a lot of power as we come to the halfway point, the mandatory competition caution. That time by Zach Rahanowitz, he might need to find another gear in the second half because Inglese is right there on his bedside. So see if the Johnson brothers can make their way up. Here's the points. Porter Inglese, Troy Johnson.
Yeah, you see Inglese.
Big gap.
Inglese through the first 3 rounds, that's the maximum points you can get. 50 points per win plus 2 points for leading at halfway each time.
So 6 there for 3.
Yeah, he's, up to this point having a perfect season until now because Rahanowitz picked up the 2 bonus points for leading at halfway. Inglese getting 1 bonus point there for being in second at the halfway, but still that commanding points lead. Like I said yesterday, it might feel a little bit early to talk about the points battles, but a lot of these drivers, that's what their eye is on, is taking home that points championship at the end of the season. It's a long season on paper, 12 rounds, 6 events, but it goes fast, and you have to be competitive every round to stay in the points chase.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be consistent. You can't just show up one day and win one and then the next day have a DNF because it'll equal out fast. It's no different in school. You get a couple good grades and then one bad grade kills it right down. So
I'm sure you never got bad grades, though.
No, never. Right? We went to school? No. Yeah, they're going to reset them up for a restart here. Zach Rahanowitz, don't count him out like Easton Sleeper was saying. He's really, really quick. He's putting the track time together, and like they don't get a lot of seat time. I don't know if they run at home at all in the backyard, but I know Mark puts a lot of work into these trucks and cars, and they're running one of the best cars in this class because Mark don't do anything halfway. He does it at 120% every time as we're going to come back to the green flag.
Brent, I misspoke before. I said Rahanowitz was leading at halfway. That's Hunter Vanzile. He was so far out front that he wasn't even in the frame after the caution lap started. So my mistake and my apologies to the team there, but Hunter Vanzile looking very strong out front.
Yeah, not your fault, Shane. He was just checked out on the field. Here we go, back green flag racing.
Vanzile, the hometown kid. He's from Leona. This is definitely his hometown track. Lives about 12 miles from here.
I can see Andy Johnson, just the weight from that mud, just setting the back of that truck down as Vanzile still holding on to that spot. And remember, Inglese now trying to put pressure on Rahanowitz. Fine line, both Rahanowitz getting through there with Hunter Vanzile.
Oh, looks like Inglese might have missed a shift coming out of the gravel pit turn. He's going to fall back about 7-8 car lengths behind Rahanowitz. See if he can get that ground, if he can gain some of that track position back on Rahanowitz.
Yeah,
Vanzile leads another lap. He has looked very strong.
Yeah, he just opened that gap. Look, we have 2 laps after that mandatory competition caution in, and he's just pulling away 8-10 car lengths.
You see, Andy Johnson has gotten around Chase Moeller, so Moeller looked very strong in the early going, but he has shuffled back to the 5th spot.
Yeah, Vanzile, look at that gap coming through the barn turn. There's Zach Rahanowitz in the 231. Vanzile still running 3rd. Usually he's up front checking out on this field, so a lot of great competition.
Inglese, you mean, running in 3rd?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Vanzile and Rahanowitz trying to play spoiler to what would have been a perfect 4-for-4 start for Porter and Inglese.
Look at the mud just tied up under those.
Inglese has caught back up to the back bumper again of Rahanowitz, so maybe Inglese, we've seen him searching for those dry lines. He's been finding most of them.
Yeah, he's going to try the bottom once again, trying to follow Rahanowitz through the door. Green flag still out that time by with under a minute left to go in this one, Shane. So definitely needs to make the move now if you're Inglese. Rahanowitz, look at all over the back bumper.
Yeah, just pushing him as they came out of the cutoff corner. And down the front straightaway, our super short track layout here at Crandon International Raceway. Then Rahanowitz stretched it back out, so I'm wondering if Inglese might have maybe like a clutching issue or something. You see in the portions of the track where you're really accelerating, he's falling back a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd come out of the gravel pit, and it looked like he missed a shift before, but maybe you are right. Something else is going wrong with that car. He's going a little bit wider and not getting as much grip as, our leader. Our leader turned himself around, Vanzile.
Huge mistake for Hunter Vanzile. So he will shuffle back to third. That's going to put Rahanowitz up into the top spot.
Yeah, Zach Rahanowitz taking over the lead late in the race. He's doing what he needs to do. We're coming to the white flag. One more time around. Inglesi goes wide, opens the door for Vanzile.
Wow, they made a little bit of contact there, but Inglesi able to gather it back up. This is going to be a spicy final lap here in Mod Kart.
Yeah, this is what Zach Rahanowitz wants to be done. He wants those two to do battle so he can stay out in that clean air all by himself. But I can guarantee you these two are going to mix it up. Vanzile not done yet. Watch him come in the gravel pit. I have a feeling he's gonna send it right in the gravel pit.
Yeah, Vanzile and Inglesi both might have to throw a Hail Mary here, their final time through the gravel pit.
Boy, I can't say enough about Zach Rahanowitz doing his job that he's doing this afternoon, that 231. Here comes second place here.
Inglesi got a pretty good run out of the gravel pit. They're about half a car length apart up and over the Polaris jump. It's going to play out here in Calamity Corner on the final lap. Inglesi leaves the door open for Vanzile. He's got to be careful there. Inglesi dives down to the bottom. It's going to be almost side by side at the line, but Rahanowitz holds on for the win here in Mod Kart. Inglesi a very close second. 0.15 seconds between those two at the line.
Man, what a race.
Vanzile comes back after that late race spin to hold on for third. The gap from first to third at the line, 0.4 seconds. Incredibly competitive Mod Kart race. You see the unofficial results. Rahanowitz, Inglesi, Vanzile will be on the podium. Then it's Andy Johnson. Ella Holcher will round out the top five. And Moeller and Johnson both finishing a few laps down with some mechanical issues. We'll step aside and come back and meet a first-time winner in the 2022 season, Zach Rahanowitz. Then after that, it's time to go Pro 2 racing. Don't go anywhere. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Looking so handsome. Oh, you have.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. There's Mark Rahanowitz and Zach Rahanowitz. They're in the winner's circle this afternoon in Mod Kart. We're going to go down trackside to the podium with our top 3 finishers today in Mod Kart. In third, from Leona, Wisconsin, the 270, Hunter Vanzile. From Felch, Michigan, taking the runner-up spot in the 201, Porter Inglesi. And taking the big win here in round number 4, from Bark River, Michigan, the 231, Zach Rahanowitz. Man, Nolan, what a great run by these top 3 drivers, swapping back and forth, and man, it came down right to the end. Kudos to Zach Rahanowitz.
It sure did come right down to the end, Brent. Any one of the 3 of them could have won it. We'll go over and talk to our 3rd place finisher here, Hunter Vanzile. Hunter probably a little disappointed with 3rd after leading so much of that one, but it had to have felt good to get that whole shot and lead so many laps here, huh?
Yeah, it felt amazing, but it just really sucked that I had spun out on almost a white flag, so it was heartbreaking.
Who helped you get up here today?
My mom, my dad, my grandma, grandpas, Yetis, Forest County Potawatomi, Mole Casino Lodge, Kane, Pete, everyone else I forgot, Mason, yeah, it's everyone else. Thank you.
Congratulations, that's Hunter Vanzile, 3rd place today in the Mod Karts. Coming in 2nd, Porter Inglesi. Porter, they finally got you this season. Did you think at the end there you could have made a different move on Zach to try and get that top spot, though?
Well, I was trying my best. He was just way too fast on them corners. I couldn't get past him.
Talk about the track conditions today. I see a lot of mud on your drivers, too. They watered it pretty heavy ahead of this one. Talk about those track conditions.
Yeah, it was pretty muddy. It was hard to go through the corners without sliding too much and hooking the berm and dogging the engine down. Who helped you get up here today? My mom, my dad, FCR Logging, Jacobson Logging, Jeff Freeman for building us a demon of an engine, JP Racing Fuels, FCR Logging, Zeeb Trucking, Chad Horde, Kurt and Kyle Greaves, Y. John, and anybody else I forgot.
Congratulations, that's Porter Inglesi, 2nd place today in the Mod Karts. And on top of the box, Zach Rahanowitz. Zach, talk about what went through your head when you saw Hunter make that mistake and the seas parted.
Oh, that was a crazy race. I got the whole shot. I was feeling good. Then Hunter got around me. But after that, I was just watching him taking his lines and ready for a mistake, and he made it in the gravel pit, got around him, and just held my spot.
How good does it feel to be on top of the box here in Crandon?
Oh, it feels amazing. I love this place. Haven't been able to get first here before, so it feels really good to be up here.
Who helped you do it?
My mom, my dad, my sisters, my spotter, my friends and family watching, Edwards Collision Center, Race Driven, and everyone else I forgot.
Congratulations, that's Zach Rahanowitz, our winner today in Mod Kart. Let's hear one more round of applause for the Mod Kart podium. Hunter Vanzile in 3rd, Porter Inglesi in 2nd, and Zach Rahanowitz on top of the box. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Nolan. Congratulations to the top 3 finishers. Hey, Zach Rahanowitz got his first win here at Crandon. Coming up next, the big boys are running early here. The Pro 2-wheel drive. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Johnny Greaves, a race car driver for many years, racer of many things, not only that, but a team owner, a series owner. What drives a guy to maintain a schedule like that? Why do you do what you do?
I don't know, I'm too stupid, I guess. I've grown up racing pretty much my whole life, and I got into off-road because I used to race professional supercross and motocross, and came here after a race one day, and they were still running bikes back then. They don't do it anymore, but went out there and raced my motorcycle and discovered off-road and got into off-road, and you know, I traded my dirt bike for a buggy on the way out the door here. So yeah, that's how I got into off-road, and since then, I mean, I've just had a passion for the sport, and the UTVs came along and we started building a whole bunch of those in our shop, and you know, I saw this need for like more of a kind of a local regional series that, you know, we could have a little more fun with, and not at this professional level, you know, and some people enjoy that, some people enjoy this, right? So I saw a need for that, and we did that for a while, and yeah, we're just wide open all the time. I mean, it's definitely time to slow down.
Well, it seems funny to ask a guy like you this, you know, with a resume like yours, everything you've accomplished, there's not much left out there that you haven't done already. But let me ask you this, what else is on your list that you want to accomplish in your racing career?
You know, as far as my racing career, I'm good with what I've done. You know, to this point, I've been doing this for almost 30 years. You know, I've accomplished everything I wanted to, and won plenty of championships. So I'm very satisfied with my career. You know, now it's just focus on CJ and his program, and you know, my grandson, Jackson's going to be, you know, growing up one day, and I just hope we can still have this all going on, and I can take him from that CJ level, you know what I mean? And we kind of groomed CJ from day one to be, he started as a motocross racer, and then we got into the off-road, and he loved that, and that was our new focus. So yeah, I'm looking forward to things like that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm ready to retire. I'll keep doing it for a while yet, because I'm still enjoying myself, and as long as I'm competing at this level and not, you know, just taking up space on the racetrack, I'll keep doing it. But you know, I'm looking forward to just kind of hanging back and being a team owner and manager, and you know, bring up some of the younger generation.
And you talk about your team with your son and your grandson, the family operation, and you talk about the future. What are your hopes for the future of short course racing as a whole?
You know, I mean, if it just keeps, it's moving in a really good direction right now, you know, and it's baby steps, and it's really, I really appreciate the fact that Champ is doing it that way, because, you know, like I said, I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've seen many series owners come and go, and some of them have taken more of a subtle approach, and most of them come in and they, all right, we're gonna do Crandon, and then we gotta go West Coast, we gotta go Florida, we gotta go California and Georgia and everything, and you know, it doesn't work, because we need to build it each time. You need to build our brand, you know, and get everybody more aware, and then expand as it's needed, you know, as sponsors are pushing you that way and paying you to do that, you know. But to just say, let's go do it, you know, you got to look at the group that we're working with here, and most of them are hobby racers, right? And they're not ready to pack up all their stuff and their family and take all their vacation and go California for a week just to hit a race. And so anyway, back to what you asked, you know, Champ is going in baby steps, and it's moving really, really well, and I think they're doing a great job just easing into it. You know, we're going to expand a little bit next year, you know, talk us expanding one more after that. I like it. It's a good plan. So I think they're doing a good job, and I think we're headed in the right direction. It's just, you know, it's like one of those sports that I feel is one of the best kept secrets, because everybody you bring here and they see it for the first time, they're just, wow, where's this been all my life? And that's the problem, is we got to expose it better, you know. But it goes through growing pains, so that's how it works.
Crandon, we'll talk about this place. You know, there are a few drivers, and, you know, arguably no drivers who have been as dominant at Crandon as you have. So what's it like to come back time and time again and engage with your fans here?
Yeah, I mean, I just love the fans. I have as much fun hanging out in the pits, talking to fans, as I do on the racetrack these days, because most of my fan base have been here as long as me, right? So, you know, they've been here for 20 plus years, and it's like every time I come back here, you're seeing old friends. So you know, I'm really fortunate to be in it that long and have that kind of fan base, and I love everybody for it and appreciate it, and it's great to be here because we have so many fans here. You know, everybody does. It's the biggest race in off-road, so it's definitely cool to come back here twice a year and get to see everybody and do our thing.
Hey, I'm Nolan Castellian. We're here at the Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run Races in Crandon, Wisconsin. We're standing in the tech line here on practice and qualifying day. Let's go talk to some drivers. We're here with Nick Bing, the 833 Super Stock Truck. Nick, not the weekend you wanted to go, but you're always super fast here at Crandon. What's going to be the ticket this weekend to getting on the box?
It'll be tough today, or this weekend. We are starting second row. That's the first time in a long time that's happened. So just stay our nose clean and keep digging in the front. We'll get there, but we'll keep digging.
You talk about starting on the second row. One of the biggest things that Crandon's getting the whole shot. Starting on the second row is going to prevent that. How are you going to get through that traffic?
Hopefully they pull a small invert and I'll start behind 1 and 2 or something. That'd be great. I'll just follow them up through and we'll go to the races. Here we go. So see what happens.
Good luck. This is Nick Bing, 833 Super Stock Truck. We found Matt Gerald here. He's the crew chief for JD Curran, the 84 Pro Buggy, and driver coach for Dylan Parsons in the Pro Stock side-by-sides and single buggy. Matt, you're a former driver. Talk about the transition going from driver to crew chief in your new role.
It's been quite an adjustment. I've got some good guys that I work with, so it's different not having the feel and having to explain things instead of just going by the seat of your pants.
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. I'm Brent Smith alongside Shane Stetzney. Pro two-wheel drives are on the starting line, Shane.
Yeah, look at some of the heavy hitters in the field here. Mickey Thomas, he's number 44. He'll be on the pole. He'll be alongside the man from Iron Station, North Carolina, number 51, Ryan Beat. Starting third from Garden Grove, California, Ricky Gutierrez. Then yesterday's winner, his first Pro 2 win from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, it's Corey Winner. Jarrett Brooks in the 77 starts fifth. Keegan Kincaid having a terrible start to his season will start sixth. Then it's Doug Matag, Ronnie Anderson, former champ Kyle Kleiman, Dave Mason Jr., Zach Zakowski, Gregoire Michaud, Bob Brand, Johnny Henches, Serge Michaud, and Troy Cox. 16 trucks about to be turned loose into turn one.
Here we go, Shane. The red board is up right now. Watch his face. Slides it over to yellow. At any given time, you're gonna hear 750 plus horsepower coming into turn number one. They're off.
I'm seeing the Crandon crowd on their feet as they come into turn one. Corey Winner with another great start, but here comes Mickey Thomas to the inside. It'll be Thomas into turn one first.
Wow, Keegan Kincaid going really, really wide in turn number one. Not having the day he wanted in round three, but look at Mickey Thomas.
Thomas looking very strong out front. He was the winner back in round number one to kick off the 2022 season. It's Thomas, Kincaid, Ricky G, Winner, and Jarrett Brooks, your top five.
You see Ricky G, Shane, he gave him a little love tap early going to the gravel pit. No harm, no foul. Look at Brooks now to the inside.
Gutierrez having all kinds of problems getting that truck to turn through the gravel pit. It's very slick down there if you get off the race line.
Yeah, Kyle Kleiman got by him as well. So look at the roost of mud coming through these tires. There's Jarrett Brooks, Corey Winner.
And Brooks went way wide. So Brooks goes wide. He gets that spot back to Corey Winner. But up front from Dawsonville, Georgia, Mickey Thomas, your race leader, trying to be the first repeat winner in Pro 2 here in this season.
Here comes Kyle Kleiman in that Kennan Tires back forward, trying to go down to that bottom. Oh, Kleiman goes around.
Yeah, just overcooked it coming into the Argonne corner. He has to split some traffic there. You saw Beat go to the outside. Ronnie Anderson went to the inside.
Boy, Mickey Thomas already spreading out some breathing room. Look at Brooks. He was all locked up for about 100 feet, and then he rotated underneath. Perfect move by Jarrett Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks was trying to turn in earlier, I think, but Winner's truck was still there. He had to wait for Winner's truck to slide on by, but like you said, textbook pass at Cowboy Corner. Second, third, fourth starting to heat up. You see Keegan Kincaid, the number 4, running in fourth. Trying to redeem himself after a pretty poor start to his points chase this year.
Yeah, you wonder, Kincaid, he had a decent start in turn number 1. He faded back now behind Winner. You can see Jarrett Brooks now getting a little clean air. Already fenders are starting to fall off of these Pro 2 trucks. Let's look at Mickey Thomas. He went a little bit wider than he did the last time, but his exit speed is so fast, Shane.
Yeah, Thomas showing a ton of speed here in the early going. That hole shot start so critical here at Crandon International Raceway. You see Brooks on the hunt.
Brooks, he likes that bottom line. We were talking about Reed LeDuc earlier in the kids' cards. Kyle LeDuc running that line really, really tight. It sets you up perfect coming through Argonne Loop. One of the best corners in off-road racing. It's so fun. The weight of the truck lifts out, and then you switch back, going to a left-hander. There's round 3 winner. Corey Winter, really, really fast. He checked out on the field. Nobody even had anything for Winter.
Yeah, a lot of speed in that race class number 67 truck yesterday. A lot of speed right now from the 77 of Jarrett Brooks. Wow. He has the fastest lap of the race here in the early going.
124.718. That is flat out flying here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Headed back to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Yeah, and this track is going to come in a little bit. It's going to dry out. These Pro 2s are going to get faster and faster as this race wears on, and you see Brooks closing that gap to Thomas as they go through turn 2 and down past the skyboxes.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Brooks, bonsaiing off of that flyaway jump, heading into the gravel pit. There's Mickey Thomas. Brooks, a totally different line. He's trying everything early.
Yeah, Brooks again closing the gap. He's running a different line from everybody else in the gravel pit turn. That's really paying off here in the first few laps.
Boy, Mickey Thomas, when he rotates in Calamity Corner, he can see Jarrett Brooks. Did you see Jarrett Brooks give up a lot there on that turn? He's trying to make that inside work. It costed him a little bit of space.
Yeah, he couldn't get the truck to turn in to follow the bottom line on exit. That's just all part of racing after they lay down some water here. Like I said, that track will come in quite a bit. We'll see these trucks handle the way they're supposed to as the race gets toward the closing laps, but still just about 9 minutes to go on our race clock. This one is a long way from over. You see our top 2 trucks, they've checked out on everybody else.
Yeah, they have definitely checked out. You can't even see them. There comes Corey Winter in our camera view. Brooks got a good run out of that turn. Cowboy Corner, they're gonna head back to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. 100+ miles an hour. Flat out, pedal to the metal here, Shane.
Oh, and they had to go around a lap car. That was the 51 of Ryan Beat, so he's having some mechanical issues. You saw coming into turn 1, Brooks just caught a face full of dirt off of the back of Mickey Thomas.
Yeah, Jarrett Brooks launching off the front doubles. Watch as Mickey Thomas hits that front end. That hood starts to buckle a little bit. We've seen a lot of hoods come up in people's faces yesterday, so have to keep an eye on Mickey Thomas. He's driving a stellar race this afternoon.
Brooks tried to force the issue there in the gravel pit. He pulled alongside Thomas, but just didn't have the momentum to hold his line. But you can see he's starting to go to work, starting to apply that pressure, hoping for a mistake out of Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. You try to want to put the pressure on him. You see Jarrett Brooks, I kind of giggle a little bit. He's within 6-8 inches of that inside K-rail. He's trying everything. He's searching for grip right now in that Pro 2.
We'll see if those General tires can get the power down in the number 77 Bill Stein Shocks ride of Jarrett Brooks. Trying to hunt down the Mystic Lubricants truck. The driver from Dawsonville, Georgia, Mickey Thomas. Like we said, there hasn't been a repeat winner through the first 3 rounds, but Thomas is trying to pay that off as we'll be coming to the competition yellow the next time past the finish line here at Crandon International Raceway.
Here comes Brooks and Thomas in turn number 1. You can see the gap right on your screen. Mickey Thomas now going over the barn jump. Shane just said we're coming to that mandatory competition caution. And if you're Brooks right now, you're really not trying to do nothing drastic. You're just trying to get to that mandatory competition caution. He knows he has the speed, and especially when this track starts to dry out, Shane, it's going to get really, really quick.
Yeah, Brooks at this point, he's not close enough to make a move before they get to the flags, so I think he's just going to sit back, maybe start to take a few deep breaths already, save the truck. There's no point wearing yourself out. You're trying in vain to make up that ground, especially knowing that that red and yellow flag are going to come out, and there they are.
Yeah, there's that mandatory competition caution. That's Mickey Thomas, Jarrett Brooks, Corey Winter, your top 3. You don't even see Winter yet. He was a little ways back. There's Ryan Beat, a lap down. Keegan Kincaid still right there. So you wonder, Keegan looked really, really fast coming into turn number 1, and he kind of like faded off a little bit. So these top 4 competitors can win at any given time as we look at our points right now. 2 points separate Ricky G and Corey Winter.
Yeah, and then look 1 point behind them, Jarrett Brooks, who's currently 2nd on the race course. Ryan Beat was in the mix as well, but like you said, he's a lap down. He had to duck into the hot pit to change a tire. And you see Kleiman, Thomas, Matag, Zakowski, Brand, and Kincaid, after 3 rounds, only 94 points, found himself in 10th place. But right now at the halfway point here in Pro 2, we'll go down trackside with Haley Shanley.
It's great to see the laps that number 4, Keegan Kincaid, is currently putting together. Unfortunate break for him in the last round. I was talking to his father, Jeff Kincaid, and he said it came down to an electrical issue. Before he went to the hot pits during the race, he was only able to get up to about 5,000 to 5,500 RPMs. And with these Pro 2s, you want to be around 7,500. So he said it's a really quick fix. In fact, as soon as Keegan Kincaid left the hot pit, he threw down the fastest lap of the race. So Jeff continued to say that, racing, half of it is luck, and things just need to start going our way, but we're feeling really good about where this truck is at today. This is Keegan Kincaid.
Thanks, Haley. And yeah, actually, Brent and I talked to Corey Winter yesterday, who took the round 3 win. He had to pass Keegan for the lead, but he said even from his point of view, from Winter's point of view, he said, I thought Keegan's truck was starting to fall flat a little bit. That's why I was able to get around him, and ultimately he cruised to that victory. So great reporting there by Haley, letting us know exactly what the issue was yesterday for Kincaid. Of course, you go to the previous rounds at Anigo, and Kincaid just suffered some contact and just couldn't stay clear of the carnage on that tight track at Anigo.
Yeah, it's all about staying out of that carnage. Now we're going to reset once again. Mickey Thomas, Jarrett Brooks, Corey Winter, Keegan Kincaid, Ricky G. Then you have Doug Matag in the top 6. Here we go. Mickey Thomas didn't waste any time. We'll see if Brooks will make a quick move on Thomas if he can get to him.
Well, Brooks was putting down some very fast lap times in the first half, had the quickest lap of the first half, I believe.
Here
so
comes
he's got
Kincaid.
the speed. Yeah, Kincaid putting the pressure now on Corey Winter. Kincaid won the championship last year by a single point over Corey Winter.
Yeah, look at Kincaid really trying to muscle his way through. Here comes Ricky G now. Round 2 winner at Anigo, Wisconsin. Has the speed, has the talent. Trying to work his way up back to Keegan Kincaid.
Yeah, Gutierrez was just leaning all over the back bumper of Kincaid through Calamity Corner. Those two mixed it up a little bit back in Anigo, so maybe some bad feelings between the two of those drivers. We'll keep an eye on that battle as well.
Look at Mickey Thomas still holding his own up front. Here comes Matag. Matag pushes through Argonne Loop. Here comes Mickey Thomas back to Cowboy Corner. Just the speeds are unreal.
Yeah, and you see the amount of dust as well. That makes it a little bit tricky to find your braking points, find your corner entry points.
Now Thomas, his eyes are set back on Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. You can see his screen on the front all clean. He hasn't ate mud here for a couple laps. Doing what he needs to do, pulling that hole shot is what you need to do here at Crandon. He did that as Corey Winter now. Round 3 winner, struggling to stay in that top 3.
Flying alongside the 4 of Keegan Kincaid as he still tries to run down Corey Winter. Sounds crazy to say it, but we're in round 4 and Keegan Kincaid hasn't had a podium finish yet this season.
Yeah, he's struggling a lot in that gravel pit, just trying to get that truck to turn. I'm sure they'll figure things out, having some mechanical issues in round number 3. Truck looks really, really fast. But Corey Winter, speaking of fast, that race glass truck is really, really quick. Had a chance to talk to him and his father yesterday. Just a great group of guys, really just wanting to be on top of the sport. And they put in their time though, Shane.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get a nice wide shot of the field here, everybody getting a little bit spread out now.
Yeah, definitely a lot of breathing room in this second half of the race. There's Jarrett Brooks, there's Corey Winter again. Such a cool straightaway. They lock it up hard on the binders, rotate it left. And then you're just setting sail all the way to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Yeah, basically flat out all the way through turn 1, all the way down to the barn jump. So heavy on the loud pedal all the way past the crowd here at Crandon International Raceway. Brooks, I mean, he's close enough to see the back bumper of Mickey Thomas, but just not quite close enough to put any pressure on. Thomas can pretty much run his own line. I'm sure former Pro 2 champ Mike Vanden Heuvel on Mickey Thomas's headset is telling him, hey, you're clear by 10 truck lengths, 15 truck lengths. Just run your pace.
Yeah, just trying to keep him calm and confident, and that's what he needs to do. If he has 5 car lengths as a crew guy, a spotter, you tell him, hey, you have 15. You don't want to struggle with telling him, hey, you know, you got that guy all over you. You just want him to run his own line. You don't want to drive the truck. Here comes Ricky G again now on Kincaid.
Yeah, it looked like Kincaid's truck hesitated a little bit coming out of the gravel pit. I wonder if those electrical gremlins are coming back a little bit, as you saw Gutierrez just scoot right by him on the inside, but then Gutierrez makes a mistake. Here comes Doug Matang.
Yeah,
Matang is going to lean on Ricky G.
I don't know if Kincaid is at full power because it just seems like he's quick there and then he struggles in some turns, so definitely might still have an issue. Here comes Matang, slide job on Ricky G. Boy, they made contact. Matang goes around.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit too aggressive there by Matang. He didn't quite have enough space for the full slide job experience through the Argonne corner. See Gutierrez now losing some fiberglass, but really no worse for the wear.
Look at Kyle Kleiman after over-rotating that turn in Argonne Loop. He's back in the mix now. So Kyle Kleiman, he said the truck was really, really fast, so we'll see if he can reel these guys in.
Back up front, Mickey Thomas from Dawsonville, Georgia. Jarrett Brooks from Alpine, California. They're running first and second. I might be seeing that gap shrink just a little bit between Thomas and Brooks.
Yeah, definitely the track is coming in lap after lap. Look at that cushion really fading out wide in the gravel pit. Later on today, that track is just going to keep widening out time after time. Here comes Ricky G again, trying to get around Kincaid. Boy, Ricky G really struggling.
Yeah, Gutierrez overcooked at that time. Now Kleiman up in the mix. That's the battle for fifth between Ricky G and Kyle Kleiman. Kleiman was class champion 2 years ago, trying to find his footing once again as he's gonna dive down to the bottom of Ricky G in Calamity Corner. White flag is out, Brent. 1 lap to go here in Pro 2.
Yeah, Kyle Kleiman doing battle with Ricky G. They made contact again. Kyle Kleiman kind of got out of the gas there, not wanting to make that contact. He don't want to wreck his own truck. He's trying to do it the clean way around.
Just a dogfight right now.
Something's wrong with Kleiman.
Something just happened to Kleiman's truck. You spotted it, Brent. Looked like he's just hesitated, stumbled a little bit through the Argonne corner, and he'll fall back. Well, now he's back up to full speed, but well back of Ricky Gutierrez.
There's Ricky G once again. Gutierrez trying to reel in Keegan Kincaid. Remember, we're on the final lap here in Pro 2. Back up front, that's Mickey Thomas. He's been in a league of his own all afternoon. He's had Jarrett Brooks all over him, but hey, he's not there to make that pass.
Sorry, Thomas trying to make it a flag-to-flag victory here in round 4. And like I said, he would be the first repeat winner of the 2022 season.
Wow.
Thomas pushed a little bit wide.
Yeah, Thomas, he went in there a little hot and heavy, went over the cushion. See if Brooks can make a run here late.
Running out of time, it's down to about 4 car lengths as they come into Calamity Corner. Brooks is on the charge.
Brooks dives deep, he over-rotates. Oh, almost stumps a truck and gets to the finish line second, but Mickey Thomas, Shane, taking that big win.
Thomas, flag to flag, pulled the whole shot, led the entire time all the way to the checkered flag. He is your round 4 winner, his second win of the season. He is going to be carrying some serious momentum into round 5 at ERX Motor Park in Elk River, Minnesota here in a few weeks.
So
you see
cool.
Winner pulling up alongside as well. That's a great weekend for Corey Winner here at Crandon. Took the win yesterday in round 3, finishes on the podium again here in round 4. And Keegan Kincaid starting to pick up that momentum.
Yeah,
like we
first
said,
round.
It's a long season, the points chase taking shape, but Kincaid, he can work his way back into the mix. He just needs to build on this finish and keep moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to build on it. It's a long, long season. But coming up next, we have the Pro 2 Podium. Don't go anywhere. Pro 4 is just around the corner. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. Like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
The miles take their toll on a truck and trailer. That's why we brought together a family of companies to the transportation industry. Blaine Brothers for 24/7 truck, trailer, towing, and mobile service. North American Trailer for 24/7 truck, trailer, tank, towing, and mobile service, including new and used trailer sales. Truck-Align for frame, suspension, and alignment services. Hydraulic Specialty for a deep inventory of pumps, cylinders, and fittings, plus custom hydraulic solutions. One family of companies. Everything you need for the road ahead.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Welcome back to the Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run Races. That is an up-close and personal look with a very triumphant Mickey Thomas picking up his second Pro 2 win on the season. Like we talked about a little bit, points chase starting to take shape a little bit. He is going to be one to watch all season long, but let's meet the top three from that Pro 2 race here in round 4. Finishing third from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, Corey Winner. In second from Alpine, California, fell just short at the end, it's Jarrett Brooks. And your winner, the first repeat winner of the 2022 season from Dawsonville, Georgia, Mickey Thomas. This Pro 2 field, so very deep, talented, so competitive. We'll send it down to the Champ Off-Road podium. Haley Shanley's got the story for us.
Thanks, guys. Corey Winner, Crandon has always been good to you, and your performances have been good to this Crandon crowd. Well, this year you've leveled up, that's for sure, in these last 2 rounds. So this race, another podium finish. What were the keys to your race?
Yeah, you know, we had a great setup yesterday after that win, and didn't change a whole lot. Just kind of looked how the track progressed overnight, and Just cleaned her up and lined back up for today. And, you know, I've been trying to get them to push me harder, push myself harder, but not make so many mistakes. And, man, I felt like today I was kind of hitting my marks good, but these guys were so fast, and I was trying to catch up. And that second half, it just kind of walked away again. But I was happy I got away from the guys behind me. It sounded like I was kind of pulling from them. So, yeah, no, it was a great run again today, and happy to have some more consistency this year again. But actually, like you said, take it up another notch and actually back a performance up from yesterday. So I just got to thank my whole team: Jesse, Curtis, Tyler, my parents, of course, all of our sponsors: Race Glass, General Tire, Ultra Wheel, Roush Performance, Maxima Racing Oil, Impact Safety, Roush Engines, Dynamic Motorsports, Motive Gear, Vision Canopies, everybody that helps me out, and congrats to these two guys.
A job well done. Congratulations on the podium finish. Corey winner. And Jarrett Brooks, back-to-back podium finishes. You said you were happy with yesterday, but you were going to throw some more setup at the truck. What was your reaction to how the truck was feeling in your performance here in round 4?
Yeah, I would say the truck was night and day difference. So I want to give a huge thank you to ATD, Michael, and Charlie. These guys threw a lot of setup at this truck. The guys from Roush. We were really off yesterday, and thank you to Tanner, Nick, Andy. They stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get this setup, and these guys gave me a setup that I could win today. We just Mickey was on rails, so I think that was really good from what we had yesterday, though, from going forward. And huge thank you to General Tire, Maxima, Bill Stein, Roush Performance, Ridge Industries, my family, everyone watch back home. Excited to come back for the Cup later.
We look forward to it. This is Jarrett Brooks. And our first repeat winner of the year for Pro 2, Mickey Thomas, you were in a league of your own, flag to flag. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you. You know, yesterday we had to start in the back, and we came all the way up through 4th, and I think I ate enough roost to be good for the season. So it's kind of nice to be out front in clean air. This is the track to do it, you know, just pulled a nice hole shot and was able to hold on to it. I definitely felt the pressure from behind with Jarrett, but, you know, truck was running awesome. I got to give a huge thanks to my crew. They do such an awesome job, you know, working on my truck, and all my sponsors, Mystic Lubricants, Maxxis Tires, Stovall, just everybody that helps me out. Just big thanks. So super stoked and looking forward to the Cup race.
Let's get loud and make some noise for Mickey Thomas. This is Pro 2.
Thank you very much, Haley. Congratulations to the top 3 finishers in the Pro 2-wheel drive class. You're not going to want to go anywhere. Coming up next, the Pro 4-wheel drive trucks here at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Round 4 coming up next. Pro 4, you're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
I'm really excited to be representing Allies of Autism and partnering with Allies of Autism for the Crandon races this year.
We're really excited to be hooked up with Chris Van den Elzen with VDE Racing and Allies of Autism to help promote autism awareness. Background for me, I love racing, had a passion to race, and you know, my sons, Kyle and Cade, we had obviously a great relationship, but then as far as yeah, you shake Haley's hand and then stand here, buddy. And this is autism at its best, right? But passion to race, so I thought, what better way to combine racing and also autism awareness? So I formed a nonprofit organization called Allies of Autism, and we dug into it. And you know, my family, my friends, they all dug in deep to help the cause. And the monies that we won for prize money, we gave back 50% of our prize money over the years. So we were able to give over 30 grand back to families dealing with autism at the end of each year.
And every year we always check in with each other, talk to each other, and once, you know, Kevin got out, we started talking about what we wanted to do to keep Allies alive. It's something that we're very passionate about. These are people that we love, that we care about, and are a very integral part of society that we need to definitely pay a lot more attention to and be allies for and talk to a lot more.
So it's awesome to have Kyle here. His twin, Cade, he's got more of a deficit, so it's really tough for him. He's only come to a handful of races, but Kyle gets to a race or two a year, and I got the support of my teammates and family. So this work is important because autism affects a huge amount. It's 1 in 39 births, so it's significant, and we're trying to promote that awareness. And Chris latched on last year, December. He knew I retired, so he said, hey, can I hook up with you? And I'd like to give back. You know, how can we promote it? And you see it on the vehicles here with the A2 sticker, and they're going to physically give back their prize money and some of their sponsor money as well. So kudos to them for stepping up.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond, because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Some give their weekends. Some devote their entire lives. All we need are the moments of courage, of resilience and ingenuity, devotion, integrity, selflessness and excellence. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. All we need is the best of you. How many moments can you give?
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. You're looking at the beautiful racetrack here in Crandon, Shane. Such a fast layout.
Yeah, this is some aerial coverage provided by our drone pilot, Justin Skinner. Gives us some great shots all weekend long, all season long here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Yeah,
gives you a sense, you know, we talked about it at the start of the show yesterday. Anigo is very confined, very tight track. You see the wide open spaces. It's very flowy. It's not, you know, hard corner, accelerate. You have to link together your lines throughout the entire track to be fast here at Crandon.
Yeah, going from a little bull ring at Anigo, then here you have a lot of breathing room, like you said. You can really widen out your turns, carry a lot more speed. As Justin flies us through the final turn, that will be our finish line. And then you really have to be perfect through here to set up through Argonne Loop, heading back to one of the fastest straightaways in short course.
Yeah, you dive down the hill through the Champion Chicane into the famed Argonne Corner, named after the Argonne Fire Department, who provided the staff, the safety workers there for that corner for many, many years in the history of this facility. And like you said, here's that long straightaway headed down for Cowboy Corner.
Yeah, look at the pits just packed here in Crandon. Cowboy Corner, very, very famous. Very, very tricky, too. You have to have your mindset right. You're going right before you turn left, trying to carry your speed out. And then look at that straightaway, right for our view. Wide open. I know Johnny Greaves, Kyle LeDuc last year was topping out at about 116, 117 in turn one. So very, very crazy. And those guys just so happen to be coming up next here in Pro 4.
This gives you a sense, too, of how downhill turn one actually is. When you're on the track surface, it's pretty much a blind corner. It looks like you're just dropping off the face of the earth as you dive down into that big, sweeping, fast right-hander.
Well, coming up next, Pro 4-wheel drive. 900-plus horsepower, all four wheels turning, Shane. The big boys of the sport, the maniacs, I like to call it, because these trucks get up and go. There's our Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run starting lineup. Jimmy Henderson on the pole. Kyle LeDuc right alongside of him as well. So all these top 6, 7 guys can win at any given time. You see Adrian Cheney. He's not actually in the truck this afternoon. It'll be Doug Matag filling in for Adrian Cheney after a hard rollover in Anigo.
Yeah, he talked to us yesterday after the drivers' meeting and said he's, you know, still feeling concussed. He just doesn't feel comfortable yet to get back behind the wheel of the truck. So, I mean, you could do worse than going and asking Doug Matag to drive your Pro 4 for you. I'm sure Doug jumped at the opportunity.
Yeah, we know.
CJ Greaves starting all the way back in 9th after he had some problems yesterday. But Henderson, LeDuc, Anderson, Johnny Greaves, 4 very fast trucks. starting up near the front. Don't forget, we're doing our U.S. Air Force watch party here in round 4 and every round all season long. Just take a picture of you and your pals watching the races wherever you are, whether it's at the track or watching us at home on FloRacing. Put the hashtag USAF Watch Party on there. You can post that with the hashtag to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We'll find the picture and we'll post it up there for you. You see some of the great loyal Crandon fans here.
Yeah, such cool
Really,
shots.
How much better can you do to enjoy some off-road racing than with an ice cream cone in your hand?
Right, absolutely.
It's about as good as life gets.
What a beautiful day it is here. A lot of great pictures coming in from the U.S. Air Force watch party.
Hey, who are those guys?
Yeah, who are those guys? Get them off camera. There is. Post a picture of the watch party on social media and then use that hashtag, though, USAF Watch Party. And like we said, it'll be featured on our shows throughout this season. The Cooper Tires take a survey at the booth. Like you say, you can sign up online as well. You don't need to be here.
Right. Just go to teamcoopertires.com and then take the survey. They'll give you a QR code when you complete the survey online. Let them scan the code down there at the booth. They'll give you a free T-shirt. No strings attached. That's it. Fill out a quick survey. Just takes a minute. You get a free Cooper Tires T-shirt.
Yeah, the off-road racing team shows you right on your screen. So thanks to Cooper Tires for being a big part of our racing programs. You can see the current points right now. Only 5 points separate Kyle LeDuc and CJ Greaves. And we seen yesterday CJ having some issues, and you said it was going to button back up, and it did.
Yeah, and LeDuc still hasn't been able to win a race here in the 2022 season. I expect him to come out swinging here in round number 4. But we saw Johnny Greaves yesterday really putting down some very fast laps. Ultimately, could not catch up to RJ Anderson. You see Anderson, he's down there 10th in points. He's not here for points. He's running a part-time season, and he'll freely admit that to you. He doesn't care about points. He just wants to win races, kind of a win or die trying situation for Anderson.
Yeah, absolutely.
See our friend, safety
back
first.
Again.
Yeah, back into the stands here, down in front of us.
A lot of great crowd and a big crowd of great fans on for this weekend here in Crandon. I mean, you come back in the fall, remember, this is a spring run. We have that big Labor Day race. We've seen as many as 60,000 plus people here that weekend, and it doesn't look like it's a shy crowd this weekend. There's a lot of people. Beautiful day here on Sunday.
Yeah, stuck it out through the rain yesterday. But beautiful blue sky, sunshine here in round number 4. A beautiful northern Wisconsin day. A little bit of a breeze out of the southwest. But no problem at all for the track crew to keep the moisture in the racetrack.
Yeah, they're doing a beautiful job. It's not easy, especially with that wind. Whatever moisture you put on a couple laps into the race, it's going to start to dry out no matter what, because it's just the wind will do that. Mother Nature is on our side today, though. We can't complain. Beautiful sunny skies, and look at that crowd.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's closer to where I used to sit when I was a kid. We were always a kind of a barn turn family. We posted up shop down there. Then some of my friends started moving up here to the hill closer to turn 1, so I kind of had to jump back and forth to get the full experience, when I was a 6-year-old kid running around on the grounds here at Crandon International Raceway.
Yeah, we thought our feet hurt yesterday from walking around, Shane, and man, when I was a kid, we'd walk around every spot and try to get all our hero cards, our fiberglass fenders. I know my mom and dad weren't too fond of us every weekend bringing home different fenders, but hey, that's what it's all about, keeping you interested in the sport as the crowd enjoying this day as Pro 4 is coming up here shortly.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, especially around the world on FloRacing, if you haven't been to a Champ off-road race, by all means, please come out and join us. It's such a great experience, a very family-friendly atmosphere here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. We don't keep the pits closed off to the fans. Pits are wide open. You can just walk in and out freely, go talk to your favorite drivers. I know personally a lot of drivers that'll let little kids sit in their race truck and get pictures taken. It's, like I said, a tremendous family experience, great value, obviously tremendous entertainment based on the racing that we've seen all season so far.
Yeah, and you don't see that in NASCAR or IndyCar or anything. You have to get a pit pass to go back there, and you can't even get within 10 feet of those cars. Here, like you said, you can jump in those trucks and cars, and they're very, very welcoming, all these drivers. And they have apparel, they have free stuff, they give out stickers and hats. So make sure you get around and thank these racers for putting on one heck of a show here in Crandon.
Yeah, and they all love to sign autographs, whether it's if you want to make a racer's day, find someone from like the 170s, 570s, short course kart, or mod kart, some of our youth drivers, and ask them for an autograph. You will see the biggest smile you've ever seen in your life asking an 8-year-old race car driver for their autograph. Nobody ever asks us for autographs.
We're busy up here, Shane. I mean, what can we do? We got to be in 2 places at one time. No, we're just waiting for the Pro 4 race to start here, 950 plus horsepower. But we're going to step aside here and take a little short break, but you're not going to want to miss what's up next. Pro 4, right around the corner. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Welcome back to the Big House, the mecca of off-road racing. Crandon International Off-Road Raceway, and Pro 4 is on the line right now, Shane. And man, if you want to hear some horsepower, especially those Greaves trucks, when they come into turn number 1, they are definitely singing.
Yeah, and we just had Jimmy Henderson on the Champ Off-Road podcast presented by AMSOIL a few days ago, and he said the first time he came here to race a side-by-side, he was just happened to be hanging out by the turn 1 fence when Johnny Greaves came through, and he said the look on his face, his wife had to get a picture of him because he said he was about to melt into the fence just watching a Pro 4 come through turn 1 for the first time, and he said that's when he knew he eventually had to get behind the wheel of one of these trucks. He's a competitive guy, finished on the podium yesterday.
Very, very fast. Jimmy Henderson putting in the work, putting in the time, and actually in round number 3, he had his air cleaner come off. He was actually holding the air cleaner with one hand coming into turn number 1.
Yeah.
He didn't want it to fall off and get dirt in the carburetor and blow that engine apart, so kudos to him to try to react that quick as Faye's up in the tower.
There you see the lineup: Kyle LeDuc, CJ Greaves, RJ Anderson, Johnny Greaves, Jimmy Henderson, Andrew Carlson, Doug Matag in the Wildman Blazing Orange truck, Scotty Lawrence, Kyle Cheney, Cole Mamer still struggling with some front drive issues yesterday, and Danny Beauchamp starting on the outside in 11th.
Well, here we go. Listen as the engines rev up. The yellow board is across. They are underway. 900 plus horsepower coming into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Get on your feet, Crandon. 100 plus miles an hour.
Kyle LeDuc with the hole shot in the number 99. He's going to lead both Greaves trucks. It's CJ in 2nd, Johnny in 3rd, Anderson in 4th, and then a stack up. Mamer goes around.
Yeah,
almost collected a couple other trucks. Carlson was back there as well. And Beauchamp able to just sneak by the spun out Mamer truck as well.
Well, LeDuc finds himself out front. Looks very, very clean. The Greaves are right behind him. Johnny trying to slide inside of LeDuc. Pushes really, really wide.
That's going to let Kyle LeDuc stretch the lead just a little bit. It's Kyle LeDuc, CJ Greaves, Johnny Greaves, who was very quick yesterday, and then yesterday's winner, RJ Anderson, as you see. CJ Greaves went way wide in Calamity Corner.
Yeah, he did. Here he comes back underneath his father, making that pass. Man, they're out in that fluff. They're out in that heavy, loamy dirt, which will try to be brushed off here early. And look at LeDuc opening up that gap already.
Yeah, and I saw CJ Greaves again get a little bit wide. He had to make a correction at the steering wheel, and once again, just bouncing off that cushion. Those two Greaves trucks are having some control issues here in the early going. They must be set up for a drier track at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying everything right now to catch LeDuc. They're going to let that track dry out a little bit. Look at CJ. Oh, Kyle LeDuc goes around, makes a big mistake.
We saw him make a couple of mistakes yesterday, too. Not quite sure what's going on under the helmet there for Kyle LeDuc. He's struggling here at Crandon International Raceway. That's something we don't say very often.
No, absolutely not. He's probably really mad at himself for making that move, but hey, he's trying to run the wheels off this truck. Now all 3 monster trucks are flip-flops, so Kyle LeDuc's gonna have to go back and do his homework to chase these guys down as they bonsai off that flyaway.
Now we'll watch Johnny Greaves, the veteran, go to work on the defending champ, his son, CJ Greaves. Greaves looked to their, Johnny Greaves, I should say, I gotta be specific here. He looked to the inside of CJ Greaves. This time, CJ much cleaner through Calamity Corner. You saw Johnny struggling that time a little bit.
Yeah, Johnny was definitely struggling quite a bit there in the finish line turn. Kyle LeDuc just chilling out there in third. I said coming into this race, CJ was gonna be really tough. He was out early in round 3, but in round 4, now him and his father are trying to do battle. Johnny really getting to the end of his career. He's staying on his interviews and his time. He just really wants to move CJ forward, keep pushing his program. But Johnny, he's been around a long, long time.
Yeah, he's won just about anything you can win in a Pro 4 truck. And going back before that, you know, Pro Light, even into his buggy racing career. Before that, motocross. The guy's got just a warehouse full of trophies. He's had a bunch of signature wins and signature moments here at Crandon International Raceway. But just like yesterday, he is in second, trying to chase down our leader. This time, though, it's CJ Greaves.
There's LeDuc struggling early, trying to find the faster lines here around Crandon. There's CJ Greaves heading towards the gravel pit once again. And CJ's opened that gap a little bit on his father, so maybe he's found a little bit different of lines coming into that gravel pit, stretching it out a little bit more.
You see all 3 Monster Energy teams, they've obviously stepped up their game a little bit from yesterday because none of those 3 drivers had anything for RJ Anderson, and he's stuck back in 4th right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. RJ's so fast. He's probably waiting for that mandatory competition caution, the halfway point. That NOS Energy Drink ride, trying to chase down the Monster Energy Drink rides. An energy drink war here this afternoon in Crandon. Here comes Kyle LeDuc again, really starting to put the pressure on John Greaves. Coming into one of our favorite turns, Cowboy Corner here. Watch them as they get really hard on the binders, lock it up and rotate it.
Greaves trying to rotate a little bit quicker and stay to the bottom on exit. Wasn't quite close enough to strike there. He'll fall back in line as they go down the Steal It straightaway. And again, like you said, this battle's just letting CJ Greaves stretch his legs a little bit. He's opening up that lead. Now about 15 truck lengths over Johnny Greaves.
There's Johnny Greaves flying off the barn jump. You see that excess fuel coming out of the side of that truck. LeDuc now trying to reclaim that top spot. He has a lot of work left to do. And you said that, and you wonder what's going on inside his helmet. We're saying that. We're not trying to be mean to him. We're just saying, you know, the last couple races he's had some issues, made a couple mistakes that costed him a lot, and I know he'll be the first one to admit it. He'd be like, hey, I made a mistake, you know. We're all human here. You're trying to work the hardest you can in these trucks. Let's look at that. He's putting his head back down and going to work on Greaves.
Yeah, starting to put the pressure on Johnny Greaves. You know Johnny Greaves saw LeDuc to the inside there in Calamity Corner, so trying to force a mistake out of the veteran.
Watch Kyle try to swap back underneath. Beautiful move. Tries to outbrake Greaves. Greaves gonna have the little edge on the outside. See that cushion? When you hit that cushion, it pulls you right out of there.
They actually made a little bit of contact, so LeDuc, again, just trying to dial up the pressure a little bit on Johnny Greaves.
Yeah, LeDuc really throwing it in. Not close enough to make a spot happen there on Greaves. There's CJ on the bottom left. Coming back towards Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. We're getting close to that halfway caution.
Yeah, just about a half a lap to go now before we reach the halfway point here in round 4 for Pro 4. LeDuc still hunting, though, trying to make up that ground on Johnny Greaves, but it seems like they're so evenly matched. Kyle LeDuc was a little bit quicker on the previous lap and currently has the fastest lap of the race, but he's just not able to make up that ground and make a move.
Absolutely. You see him come in, he makes a little ground up on Johnny in certain corners, but then Johnny has such straightaway speed as we're coming to that halfway point. This time by, there it is, the red and yellow flag being displayed. It's all the Greaves right now early. So it's CJ Greaves, Johnny Greaves, Kyle LeDuc, RJ Anderson, round 3 winner in that NOS Energy Drink ride. So Shane, he's probably holding back a little bit. He's probably trying to reset himself to get a good finish here. There's our Pro 4 points coming into this weekend.
Yeah, Greaves just holds that 5-point margin coming into this race, although CJ will pick up 2 bonus points here for leading at halfway, so unofficially it'd be a 7-point margin over Kyle LeDuc. Johnny Greaves, though, still in striking distance. So you take a look at that number 33 Monster Energy Maxxis ride of CJ Greaves. Got out front, was able to run away and hide a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking before we came into this weekend and who was going to win, but right now we're going to check in with the third member of our team, Haley Shanley. What do you have for us, Haley?
Thank you, Brenton Shane. Just a moment ago, I heard you mention it, that Kyle LeDuc, the championship lead. Now Kyle LeDuc looking to make a comeback, because both he and CJ have missed the podium only once this year. So while CJ may be leading the points, CJ had some issues with the truck earlier this weekend, and Kyle LeDuc looking to get back to his winning ways, but he says in terms of pressure, he doesn't look at it as a comeback. It's just another race.
Thank you very much, Haley. Yeah, absolutely. We talk about it a lot. And Kyle LeDuc, yeah, it's not a comeback. It's just another race. He just puts it aside. If he has a bad day, hey, you got to go to the next day. And another guy that's really good at that is Kyle Kleiman in the Pro 2 class. You talk to him, he seems so calm, cool, and collected. I always say, what happens when you have a bad day? He's like, well, we just erase it, go on to the next. And that's cool. That's not easy to overcome a bad day.
Well, you see the arduous journey on our caution lap. Richie Kuloff keeping the pace nice and slow, giving these drivers a chance to catch their breath as they come back down slowly towards turn 1 and our restart zone.
Yeah, we'll have to see. You can't step on a line until you get through those cones. CJ Greaves, John Greaves, Kyle LeDuc, RJ Anderson, your top 4. Can LeDuc hunt down the Greaves?
CJ playing it nice and slow on this restart. Then he hits the accelerator and we're off here for the second half of Pro 4.
Not a lot of mind games there. CJ just took off. Here comes Kyle LeDuc trying to push Johnny through that turn.
Well, they're leaning on one another over the skybox jump. That's a dangerous place to be connected with another driver.
Yeah, Kyle backed off a little bit to try to play it a little safer. Here he comes back, now trying to get a run on Greaves, and boy, Greaves, both those trucks really get out of the turn quick.
They have the setup dialed under the Greaves awning for sure. Here comes RJ Anderson now, forcing his way to the inside of LeDuc, just not enough forward drive down there.
Well, they make a little contact, no harm, no foul. LeDuc really having some issues. I think he has a right front tire going down.
You're right, good eye, Brent, you spotted that. Flat right front tire for the 99 of Kyle LeDuc, so his hopes of winning are going down the drain here in round 4.
Yeah, especially coming into Cowboy corner right here. All that weight's going to be pushed. You can see him seesaw on that wheel. It's not easy to drive right now. Watch all this weight go right on that tire. You don't want to blow it right off the B-lock, but definitely struggling.
Yeah, you couldn't even get that truck to rotate through Cowboy corner. Here comes Jimmy Henderson as well. He's going to bang doors with Kyle LeDuc as they come down the straightaway into turn 1. Henderson stuck to the outside.
Yeah, Kyle LeDuc just playing it safe, but man, that is so sketchy. When that right front is going down, you'll see it right here on your camera. He can't turn.
Can't turn left whatsoever, and most of the corners here at Crandon International Raceway are left-hand turns. That is going to hurt his chances severely and basically eliminate his chance of winning this race, barring some caution here in the closing minutes here in round 4.
Yeah, definitely time's running out. No time to go change that tire. Look at this. Jimmy Henderson really reeling in. RJ makes that pass. I don't know if something's wrong with RJ.
Yeah, Anderson looked to be a little bit off the pace coming out of Calamity Corner.
I think a right front tire on RJ Anderson as well might be going down. I seen some smoke, Shane. I don't know, maybe not.
And meanwhile, Johnny Greaves has pulled off as well. Anderson just spun out.
Oh, wow, that is scary through there in Argonne turn.
Very scary spot for him to be facing the wrong direction.
But look at LeDuc now. I mean, he's having issues, but these guys keep going out of the race. That's going to help him in the points.
So we're not quite sure what happened to Johnny Greaves, but we know for a fact he has pulled off, and his day will be done as well as we look at Scotty Lawrence. I believe that puts Scotty Lawrence up into the top 5. We'll reset the order as they come through turn 1. Definitely CJ Greaves out front, and he is absolutely running away now. Henderson up into second place.
Yeah, we'll see where LeDuc comes.
And it's Scotty Lawrence into the top 3 now, so LeDuc must have ducked in to change that tire. Matag in Cheney's truck running in 4th.
Yeah, Matag just glad to be back in a Pro 4, helping out Adrian Cheney. doing a fine job. And here, looking on our screen, Kyle LeDuc's coming in to change that right front tire. You can see actually Adrian Cheney right there watching. He's hoping Doug Matei can reel in these guys, but nobody is dialed in enough to catch this guy right here, the red plate 33, CJ Greaves, past champion. And man, when he gets out front, he gets in that zone, there's not many people that are better.
Yeah, he is absolutely laying it down right now. Although Henderson on that previous lap, just about an identical lap time to CJ Greaves. This is another good run for Henderson. He was third yesterday, trying to back it up with another podium finish here today in round 4.
CJ Greaves coming into Cowboy corner one more time, rotating that truck. He knows he's well out front. Just getting that clean air. The truck don't look like it came off the showcase anymore, but I'll tell you, he probably hasn't pulled a tear off for quite a long time here in this round 4 race. Time running out, Shane now definitely getting close to 0. We'll have 2+ laps after that time runs out.
Henderson about 5 seconds back of our race leader, CJ Greaves. Scotty Lawrence about another 5 seconds back of Henderson, but Matag and Cheney's truck closing the gap. The battle for third might heat up a little bit here. Scotty Lawrence trying to pick up his first podium finish in Pro 4 as you see Kyle LeDuc back out there on the race course.
Well, we should be coming to the white flag this time by Shane. CJ Greaves clicking off one more, there it is. Kyle LeDuc back on the track, but man, he's way, way back, but he stayed out there for points. I mean, went in, made that change. He was struggling a lot to turn that truck, but it's been all CJ Greaves, that Monster Energy Max's tires ride. That Toyota really dialed in this afternoon.
Saw a big puff of smoke off screen from the 77 of Lawrence, who's still locked in battle with Doug Matag. We're still riding along with our leader, CJ Greaves, in the number 33. Yeah. One last time down the long straightaway into turn 1. On his way to get the job done here in round 4.
Yeah, one more time through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1, just flying. No one has anything for CJ Greaves here in round 4. Definitely gonna step it up from round 3, not having the day he wanted. Having some issues, but definitely Devin and the guys have it figured out.
He'll negotiate the Polaris gravel pit one final time.
Yeah, Matag having a good run. He hasn't been on our camera much, but filling in for Adrian Cheney, getting third right now. Here's CJ Greaves, the last turn of the last lap. Greaves is gonna take round 4.
CJ Greaves absolutely dominant here in round 4. Henderson, like we said, a very strong weekend. Third yesterday in round 3, second place here in round 4. And a considerable gap back to our third place truck, but third place is gonna be Doug Matag filling in for Adrian Cheney. It's a good run for the Cheney truck as well.
Yeah, good run for Adrian Cheney's team, and not good that he couldn't be out here, but hey, put some points on the board. We're looking at our Pro 4 results.
Carlson was across the line 4th. Anderson should be in the top 5 as well.
You see that says Cheney, but that was Doug Matag filling in for Cheney. Great race, but CJ Greaves, man, so dominant. I thought Kyle LeDuc would have had some, made a little mistake. Got that flat tire and really hurt him. We're gonna step aside here for a few moments. We're gonna come back and visit our top 3 finishers right after this here at the Big House. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us.
Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
It's your Uncle Cooper. Your SUV is a multi-purpose tool, like a corkscrew fish scaler. And that means your tires should be multi-purpose too. like these Cooper rugged Treks. They're tough, but also run smooth as butter. And with dual sidewalls, it's like having a multi-tool that can look like a completely different multi-tool. Don't take that idea, by the way. I'm gonna patent it. Go with the Coopers. Cooper!
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Yeah, I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the compound group up.
That's turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver, straight on through.
Smith has just pulled the upset.
Justin Bonsignor has done it.
What a battle, door to door down the back straightaway.
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. You just witnessed another Pro 4 race on the season. CJ Greaves taking that top spot here this afternoon. We're going to go down to the podium and visit our top 3 finishers. In third from Temecula, California, filling in for Adrian Cheney, Doug Matag. In second from Conyers, Georgia in the 44, Jimmy Henderson. And taking the win from Swamico, Wisconsin, the number 33, CJ Greaves. Boy, CJ really was in a league of his own at the end of that one, Haley, but man, Pro 4 never disappoints.
Never disappoints. You don't want to blink. Something is always going to be happening here in the Pro 4 class. We have Adrian Cheney up here as well. Let's talk to Doug Mateg. Doug, in this truck, come on down. I can't imagine you have too terribly many hours in it, but you come out here, you close in for the podium position, a great run.
Yeah, unfortunately, Adrian had a big wreck in the last round, and I was actually watching it. It was pretty gnarly. The guys, got to give it up to them. They cut the whole top off, the back off, the front off, and rebuilt it just in time. And Adrian gave me a call like a week after the first race and was like, hey, you want to drive this thing? And I was like, I don't know, man. I got my hands full with my Pro 2 and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I was like, man, I used to watch this guy do wall rides and send it at Chula Vista. And I was like, once in a lifetime opportunity to drive the Wild Man's truck. So I did it. And here we are on the podium after a driver swap. Pretty crazy.
Well, a job well done, Doug McTay. Congratulations on the podium finish. And Adrian Cheney, first and foremost, give us an update. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm fairly in tune with my body after having so many concussions, and also I'm not getting any younger, so it takes longer to heal. So I'm glad that I just did the one lap. We had to go to the back, do a complete lap, come in, do a driver swap, and then put Doug in, and then he has to get out in front of the leaders to stay on the lap, which he did, and then at the halfway point, then he can start racing. And so that's what he did, and we still had a plug wire burn up. It's because the engine sounded kind of flat, but he did a really great job, brought it home on the podium, which is fantastic. So we get to stay in the points hunt for the championship, and really big shout out to the crew. I mean, they worked literally, I call them Team Zombie, because they just work around the clock. That truck was effed, so really good job. Thanks.
Well, Adrian, we are so excited to see you up here and doing well. Job well done to you and the team. And Jimmy Henderson, wildly fast again today, building on yesterday's performance. How satisfied are you with this round 4 run?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we struggled a little bit in the first half. We were trying to find grip and trying to find a line. The track's really weird this weekend, but after the halfway point, you know, those Falcon tires were really gripping. And it was great. It was great because we could feel the forward bite, and I was able to catch up with RJ and make some moves. And here we are, one step closer to where we want to be. So absolutely, I want to thank United Rentals, Falcon Tire, Dirt Launch Products, Beyond Redline, Fortin Racing, VP Fuels, my wife, Cody, Pat, the team, Denise, Jen, everybody that helps us. Beef is helping us. Cody broke his arm or hurt his arm, so we got a backup guy in. Just everybody. Little Hadaway flies up here from Atlanta. We got a big team, and we're trying to put this together. We're learning how to run our own team, you know, and all the things it takes, and just proud to be up here, proud for everybody involved in our team.
A job well done. Jimmy Henderson takes silver. In his 3rd win of the season, CJ Greaves, this was a commanding one. Congratulations.
Yeah, you know, we just worked our butts off all night. We had a really good truck right out of the gate here, came out in practice with the fastest time, had a problem in qualifying, went out in the race yesterday, had a really good truck for the first 2 laps, felt like we had the truck to beat, and ended up breaking a front diff. So we put old Trusty back in there. Knew it may not be quite as quick as the new diff that we're testing, but we worked our butts off. Brad, Devin, Jake Jakers, everyone that was there working their butts off till 4 in the morning to be able to turn a truck around from 6 o'clock last night and have them ready to go by 11 today is a big task. So we appreciate everything they do. Monster Energy, Toyota, Maxxis Tires, Vision Wheel, VP Fuels, Fox Shocks, just everyone, all the crew. Crandon, obviously new ownership, new people running it. Ty and a couple of his cousins are doing a lot of it, so a bunch of young guns in there. They're doing a great job, and we'll see you guys back for the Cup.
A job well done. CJ Greaves will distance that points lead here for Pro 4.
Thank you very much, Haley. We're going to step aside here for a few moments. Once again, we're going to come back. We're going to go back. Sportsman Racing, 1,600 single buggies coming up next here at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.